Hi everyone, today we're going to be continuing our playthrough of Andromeda 6. This is a visual novel and not really a game, but I really am enjoying it. At first I started out thinking that it was so cringe, since it's not really made for me. I'm 23, it's more like meant for like someone 16, 17, somewhere like that. But honestly, I've started to really enjoy this game, and yeah, please check out the previous episodes. I'm going to have a link in the description for that, and leave a like if you enjoy the video. So let's continue and return. Who are you and why can I not remember you? Why does it feel like I miss you when I can't even... I'm sorry, I miss you too. And episode 1, okay, so I ended the previous episode at the exactly wrong time. So episode 2, Terranium.exe. Okay, the buzzing of the ship wakes me, giving way seconds later to the crackle of the intercom coming through my room. Oh my god, I'm sorry. Sorry for not being able to read a lot. So, just to recap, we were saved by Juniper, who was the weapons technician on the ship. And he basically saved us. There are 7 people on the ship. Each one has a very different personality than the other. One is energetic, the other is very creepy and edgy. One is very commanding, the other is very submissive, and we sort of have to flirt with everyone. But so far I really like flirting with June, because he's the one that is most pure-hearted in my opinion. So I think we have flirted with him the most so far. But yeah, I think the only person that we haven't flirted with on the ship is Rayona, who is the medic. She's like the doctor, but what we know about her is she can seem very kind, but she can also be very angry, and basically a very she has a very hidden part to her that we don't know a lot about. And we also have amnesia, so we remember basically nothing from our past, and we're trying to regain our memory. We only know our name and we don't know basically anything else. But June, actually Juniper, the one who saved us, found something in our pocket, and that was, you guessed it, a memory box, which is what we saw like just a few seconds ago. That's something that is like a melody sort of producing machine, a music box, but it also stores our memories as far as we know. So yeah, that was basically a very short description of episode 1, and now we're gonna check out episode 2. So, Ayame is saying, "Rise and shine, people, Terranium is in our sights, and we're set to land in approximately 1 hour. Time to get your ace to the stations." Stretching my arms above my head, I let out a loud yawn, lazily blinking the sleep from my eyes. It had taken some getting used to sleeping on a moving craft, and I could do it another hour or 2 of rest. Though rather than risk the captain's wrath, and probably Aya's too, I push myself out of bed, shivering as the cold metal floor touches my bare feet, and head to the adjoining bathroom to wash up. After my initial run-in with the crew, and the rather unfriendly welcome from the captain, I avoided leaving my room as much as possible the past few days, content to let Rayona bring me meals and just generally fuss over my well-being. Okay. And the headaches I have been having since my accident hadn't quite eased off, and the potions and bombs that the medic had brought me are the only thing helping me to get any sleep. After receiving my music box that first night, I had had the strangest dream. A faceless entity I had no memory of had visited me in my sleep, and her voice, soft but strong, gave me a new kind of hope. Since then, nothing else had surfaced. No memories, no voices, and I had kept the contents of that dream to myself. I have no idea who the woman is, lingering on the edge of my memories, family, friend, or something else altogether. All I know is the sound of her voice made me feel something familiar, and safe and hopeful, and I would like to keep that feeling to myself for a little while longer. The crew has been welcoming for the most part, but I'm still not sure exactly who I should trust, or if I should trust any of them at all. And I finished washing up in the bathroom, and after deciding I can't put off any longer, I head to the bridge. The captain had told me to stay out of his way, and I had tried my best to, but I didn't exactly love the idea of being stuck in my room while we landed the ship. After After having hit my head once already this week, I really don't need a repeat of that. Turning one of the many corridors, silently praying I haven't lost my way again, I almost bump into a figure coming out of one of the adjacent rooms while lost in thought. A surprised sound escapes me, and a moment later I realize that my hands are pressed against a solid wall of muscle, preventing myself from colliding with the figure entirely. June. There he is. So this is the guy that we were flirting with like non-stop. And he chuckles and takes a step back, and I drop my hands awkwardly. Good morning, Kiki. Sleep well? Yep, I think we did. He waits for me to regain my composure before he continues heading towards the bridge, matching his steps with mine. Yes, very well. It's the first night I've managed to get more than a few hours sleep. And June grins, his eyes crinkling at the corners. I'm glad to hear it. The beds here aren't the most comfortable, I'm afraid. I thought you might have had a hard time adjusting. I gave him a strange look. It was an odd choice of words. Adjusting? I just assumed after finding you in the gold district on Gold List that you would be used to something a little more posh. Okay. Luxury is kind of the thing in that district. You won't find anything as drab as this place there, that's for sure. Oh. I don't say any more, though June's statement only serves to bring up even more questions. We walk in silence for a while, and although it's comfortable enough, I still find myself searching for something to say. So, are you used to being woken up by Ayame shouting through a speaker every morning? It certainly happens more often. Oh, I'm sorry about that sound, that's my dog. I think she ate a hair. Let me just check on her. There she is, she's very cute. Yeah, who's the cutie pie? Who's the cutie pie? Yeah, there she is. I'm sorry. So, it certainly happens more often than it probably should, but I was already up. I don't sleep much. Insomnia? He slows, almost stopping completely as he gives me a thoughtful look. Something like that. His eyebrows dip and I want to ask more, but something about this tone makes it clear that I shouldn't pry any further. I'm sorry about that. So, how much do you know about Terranium? Not much, though I get the feeling it's not the most welcoming of planets. It has its ups and downs. I'll tell you a little about it if you'd like. I nod, and the prospect of learning more about this place we'll be visiting too good to give up. Terranium is a desert planet. The water there comes from various oases scattered around the surface, and the oases are largely controlled by the gangs and clans there. The planet's government, the Council of Embers, is negligent and corrupt, and I fear that will only become worse now that Zobak sits on the throne of Goldis. There's something dark in June's voice when he says this, some deep-seated resentment poking its head through that calm composure. I now notice the rifle that's strapped through his back, and I wonder with a small twinge of panic how bad this place really is. I don't see a rifle anywhere on him, but okay, I only see 2 pistols. But okay. And Terranium has long been known for drugs, robotics, and arenas. That's how they make their money. We're headed to Nos Vega, the capital. It's not as savage as the smaller cities, but still, things can get wild, so be on your guard. We have a friend who owns property in the busier sector of the city. It's a great place for gathering intel and laying low. So that's what we're doing here, gathering intel and laying low, amongst other things. And I'm sure you're aware of the damage to the cargo hold. We'll find the parts we need to patch it up, then scope the area for a general overview of the situation in Celiota after the coup. Then we'll make a decision on what to do next. Aya mentioned the crew was in some kind of mess, and what did she mean by that? I'm not sure either, to be completely honest with you. June makes a strange face, as if considering exactly how much he wants me to know. It wouldn't be fair to drag you into that, and the less you know, the better. Okay, I'm not sure I agree with that, because we're on the ship, we're very dependent on these people, but we should know what's going on, but I guess we're gonna find out. So we entered the bridge to a buzz of activity. It's clearly all hands on deck up here. Calderon and I are seated in the cockpit, the pilot flicking switches and pulling levers while the captain barks at someone through the comm he holds in his hand. An awkward laugh crackles through the receiver from the other side, and I recognize the voice instantly. It's Bash. I gotta tell you, there's a lot of noise down here, Cap. We'll make it through the atmosphere in one piece, but I don't expect the other cargo walls to hold up during landing. Just make sure airlocks 3 and 4 are sealed. The hold is already shredded. Nothing we can do about it now. Aye aye, Captain. Rihanna greets us with a smile from where she's buckling herself into the extra chairs. And when I feel a hand on my arm, I turn back to June. One more thing before we land. Just make sure you stay with us at all times, okay? Wouldn't want to lose you so soon after bringing you on board. And Damon, there he is. He's the edgy guy, if you remember. I really don't like him. And filling in the newbie on all the lewd and lawless activities that go down in Las Vegas, are you, June? Damon's voice floats over to us from where he stands nearby, sheathing a pair of daggers into place on his thighs. June folds his arms over his chest, giving Damon a hard look. I would rather not worry Kiki with the details so soon before landing. There's nothing to worry about so long as we keep our heads down. Damon grins, his eyes trailing over June lazily, and the blade balanced between his fingers. Where's the fun in that? June makes a disgusted face, and I have to agree that the combination doesn't sound all that appealing. I'll pass. It's Damon's turn to roll his eyes, and as June settles into his seat, ending the conversation, he turns to me. He looks even more menacing than when we first met. And though that may be because he's smiling at me in a way that leaves me unsure if he wants to stab me or seduce me. Oh. Well, I guess we're gonna find out in the next episode because I have to end this one here. But I really thank you so much for watching. And please subscribe, leave a like or a comment if you would like. And check out my other videos in the description. They're very good. So, thank you so much once again. And bye bye. See you in the next one.